Mark Twain, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Chapter 14. Soon summer holidays came. Becky Thatcher went away to stay with her parents in their summer home. Tom's life was no longer bright. In the middle of the summer, everyone began to talk about Muff Potter. He met Huck in a secret place to talk to him. He wanted to make sure that Huck had kept quiet. "Huck, don't you feel sorry for Muff Potter sometimes?" asked Tom. "Always. We know that he didn't do that. He's a good man. He gave me half a fish once, and he helped me many times." "Well, he repaired kites for me, Huck. Perhaps we could help him." The boys had a long talk. In the evening they came to the little prison. The boys did what they had often done before. They gave Porter some tobacco and matches. Porter said, "Thank you, boys. You've been very good to me, boys. I will never forget it." And Tom felt unhappy. He went home sad, and his dreams that night were bad. Tom spent all his time near the courthouse. He hoped to hear some good news about Muff Potter. At the end of the second day, it was clear that there was no hope for poor Porter. Everybody was sure that it was he who killed Doctor. Tom couldn't sleep that night. He went out and came to bed through the window. He felt bad and fell asleep late at night. All the people of the town gathered in front of the courthouse the next morning. It was the great day. The jury got in the courtroom and took their places. Soon Porter, with chains upon him, came in and sat on the bench. Everybody looked at him. Injun Joe was there too. He repeated his description of events. Poor Porter put his face in his hands. No one could say a word. Women were crying. Then Porter's lawyer stood up and said, "Call Thomas Sawyer." Everyone looked at Tom. He stood up and took his place. The boy was frightened. "Thomas Sawyer, where were you on the 17th of June at midnight?" "In the graveyard." "A little louder, please. Don't be afraid. You were?" "In the graveyard." Injun Joe smiled. "Tell us everything that happened. Tell it in your own words, and don't be afraid." Tom began his story. Everyone was looking at him and listening to his words. When Tom said, "The doctor hit Muff Potter and Porter fell," and then Injun Joe took Muff's knife, jumped to the doctor, and at that moment Injun Joe jumped out of the window and ran away. To be continued.